The funeral for Heather on the Young and the Restless has left many fans scratching their heads. The emotional event, meant to honor the life of a beloved character, seemed to miss the mark in several ways, and fans are not holding back in calling out the flaws. From the strange moments that took place during the ceremony to the big question of why Paul's brother wasn't the one to officiate, viewers are voicing their concerns and confusion. First of all, let's talk about Paul's brother, who many fans expected to play a significant role in the funeral proceedings. In the Y&R universe, Paul Williams is a long-standing character with deep ties to Genoa City. His brother, Michael Baldwin, has been a staple on the show as well. So, fans were surprised, and frankly, disappointed, when Paul's brother didn't officiate at Heather's funeral. It felt like an odd oversight, especially considering the close family connection. Now, Paul is a police officer with a strong sense of duty, and it would have made sense for him to play a part in the service. However, it's his brother, Michael, who holds the position as a more established and well-known member of the community. Fans felt that Michael would have been the perfect person to lead the ceremony, given his long history with the family and his emotional connection to Heather. So, what happened? Why wasn't Michael there to officiate? Was it a last-minute decision, or was it simply an oversight on the part of the writers? Fans certainly have a lot of questions. Some are speculating that it was a plot point meant to raise the drama and heighten the tension between Paul and Michael. After all, the Williams family has had its share of complicated dynamics, so this omission could be an intentional move to leave viewers wondering what's next for them. Regardless of the reasoning, the absence of a key family member at such an important moment didn't sit well with fans, and many are questioning the show's handling of the funeral scene. But it wasn't just Paul's brother's absence that had people talking. Fans also noticed several other flaws in the funeral that left them feeling uncomfortable. For one, there was a lack of emotional depth from some of the characters. While Heather was a beloved figure, the service didn't seem to give her the kind of tribute fans were expecting. There wasn't enough focus on the impact she had on those around her. Instead, the funeral felt rushed and disjointed, which seemed off for such a pivotal character. One of the most glaring issues was the lack of closure for the people who had the closest relationships with Heather. Her family members and friends were barely featured in the service, and there were no moments that allowed them to reflect on her life and what she meant to them. This felt like a missed opportunity, especially when you consider how important Heather's character was to the storylines of characters like Paul, Christine, and even Nick. The lack of meaningful eulogies or speeches made the funeral feel incomplete. Moreover, the weird tone of the service didn't help matters. For a funeral meant to be somber and reflective, there were strange moments that seemed oddly out of place. For instance, some characters appeared more focused on their own personal issues than the service itself. Instead of coming together to honor Heather's memory, they were preoccupied with their own problems. This kind of disconnect made the scene feel more like an afterthought rather than an emotional farewell to a character who deserved more respect. Finally, there's the question of the overall pacing. It felt like the funeral was tacked on without enough build-up or emotional investment from the writers. In a show known for its dramatic moments, The Young and the Restless didn't seem to give Heather's funeral the proper attention it deserved. In the end, fans have made it clear, Heather's funeral didn't live up to their expectations. From the missing officiant to the lack of emotional resonance, it felt like something was off. Whether it was a creative decision or just a mistake, fans are left wondering what went wrong. What do you think? Was the funeral mishandled, or do you think it was just a case of trying to move the story forward? And why do you think Paul's brother wasn't there to officiate? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates and analysis from The Young and the Restless.